Hi everyone, welcome back to another session of Relaxing Fertility Yoga sponsored by the Fertility Partnership. My name is Julie, and just to say at the beginning of this session, whether this is your first time here or whether you've been here before, all levels are welcome in these sessions. So whether you're a total newbie to yoga or whether you're a seasoned yogi or yogini, everyone is welcome here. These sessions are designed with the idea of the theoretics of using poses to help relax the body, help open certain parts of the body, particularly the hips and the pelvis, areas that are deeply involved in fertility. And likewise, these classes are safe for anybody undergoing IVF. That being said, if you are feeling low in your energy, or if you have an injury or an illness, please always listen to your body. And that goes all the time. So just listen to your body. And if something doesn't feel right for you, please don't feel that you have to do it. These sessions, they at the best hopefully are about joy and relaxation, and so I just really want to invite you to just take this space to just drop in. And also remember that actually these sessions are also available for both men and women. So guys, please don't feel discouraged from doing this. Please join us. This is for everyone. And yeah, so we'll start. So we'll start with a centering and breathing exercise, and then we'll move into some warm-up movements. And then from there, we will flow through some postures. And again, we're looking at postures that theoretically can be used just to, again, help promote fertility, help promote relaxation. In fact, one of the best things that we can do when we're looking at fertility is reduce stress. And yoga and deep breathing are fantastic ways of doing that. So I'm sorry, I knew that I was forgetting something. So unfortunately, the session won't be quite an hour today. Usually it's an hour. Today it's going to be more about 50 minutes, just because I'm currently teaching at a retreat in Portugal. And they changed our timetable this week, and I don't have that much time. So I'm really sorry. But I hope you enjoy, and next week it's going to be back, same time, hour long. If you're feeling very deprived, you can check the playlist on YouTube, and there's a backlog of these sessions, so feel free to join in any of those anytime. Okay, so we are going to start. And you can either sit or lie down. It's completely your call. So you can either sit up nice and tall. Because it's the evening, if you're joining this live, you might not want to sit. You might have been sitting at a desk all day, in which case feel free to come down onto your back. And you're going to bend your knees if you have lower back sensitivities, or extend your legs all the way out, just letting them flop and splay. You can take a moment just to get comfortable here, to stretch, roll around. And find, again, the centering position that feels best to you, either seated or lying down. Close your eyes and take a few deep inhales through the nose, with exhales sighing or blowing the air out of the mouth. And just do this a few times. Inhaling calm Exhaling, sighing out, letting go of any stress or any tension. And then once you've sighed out a few times, just come back into the natural rhythm of your breath. And start to notice your breath. Notice where it lands in your body. And check in with your face. And just start to relax the brow. Relax down along the corners of the eyes and the corners of the mouth. Loosen the jaw. Take that same awareness all the way down to your hands and your fingers. Start to relax there. So often we can store tension or strain in the hands and the face. We don't even know it. So again, just gently check in, soften what you can soften. Then check in with your mind. Notice the quality of your mind in this moment. How open or closed it is, how busy or quiet. And whatever you notice in this practice, try to notice without judgment. So not good, not bad, but just part of the present. And take the awareness, bring it to your heart, to your emotional body, and notice how you're feeling. Where are you feeling what? Try to avoid resisting what you're feeling as well. And just be present to it. So often when we resist what we're feeling, particularly if we associate it with a negative emotion, so if we're feeling low or angry or sad, we can often resist those things and it actually prolongs it. So just be present to whatever your experience is. check in with your body. And just notice anything there is to notice about your body in this moment. Where are you feeling what? Where is the body open and relaxed? Where is the body storing tension or strain? And from here, just take the awareness back to your breath and start to deepen your breath. Inhale through the nose, take the breath down into the belly so that the belly rises with the inhale. Exhale out the nose and feel the belly roll back towards the spine. So we inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. And then deepen the breath further. Inhale through the nose, fill up, belly, ribs, chest, expanding all the way up through the inhale. Exhale out the nose, chest, ribs, and belly contract. So we inhale, expand, and exhale, contract. And really drop into some nice deep breathing there. Deep breaths are one of the best physiological methods we have for relaxing, for bringing calm to the body. And take about 5 more breaths here. And then start to mentally ready yourself for movement. And just in your own time and in your own way, draw some movement back into your body. So just let yourself stretch, roll around, yawn, sigh. Just do whatever you need, whatever would feel good to you. start to make your way up to seated. And just sit how you're comfortable. So because you might be at home, you can also use props that you might have at home. So you can sit up onto couch cushions, not on the couch, but you can use a cushion. You can sit up onto pillows. If you've got yoga props, you could sit up onto bolsters, up onto blocks, just whatever would feel good to you. Or you can just sit on the floor as long as that feels all right, okay? So we're actually going to start the practice today with an exercise for the vagus nerve. Some of you have done this with me before, and vagus nerve is V-A-G-U-S. So not Vegas as in Las Vegas, but V-A-G-U-S. So the vagus nerve is a cranial nerve that it's a wandering nerve that comes down all the way down into your gut. It's a huge nerve. And this nerve is often responsible for the stress responses in the body. And in the same way that we have habits about the way that we sit, for example. So if you have your legs crossed, more likely than not, you're always going to sit with the same leg tucked underneath and the other leg out front. If you right now were to take your legs and swap them around, it might feel a bit weird. It's good to do. It's really good to do. But we have these habits. We have these habits in the body, and we become conditioned to doing things a certain way. In the same way, the nervous system can become conditioned to stress, and it can end up in a type of patterned stress. So the vagus nerve, again, is often responsible for these stress responses. And so we can downregulate and come into a more rest and digest state through some very simple exercises. And again, some of you have done this before. If you haven't, just go with it, try it. If you're really interested in it, I definitely recommend looking up polyvagal theory, because it's a way of using these exercises. There are many types of them to release stress from your body. And again, when we're talking about fertility, stress is such an important part of that. And that is not to stress you out further, by the way. Just trust always that you are on a path of healing and of wellness and calm, okay? We can't be there all the time. And in fact, to be really honest with you, I've had a bit of a bad day today. And I actually do feel quite stressed today. I'm teaching at this retreat, and every now and then you get one person that can just be pretty horrible to the staff, and that happened today, and I still haven't totally released it. So I'm with you so much right now. I'm just trying to let my body release, let my mind, my soul release, okay? So we all have it. It all happens to all of us sometimes, or a lot of the time, who knows? So what I would like you to do is, as you are sitting here, just sit up tall, okay? And then I want you to close your eyes and turn your head to one side, and just notice how it feels in your neck. Notice how far your head can turn. And take it back to center. And go the other way. And then take it back to center. And then from here, so that was our measuring stick, our yardstick. Now we're going to come down onto the back, okay? And I realize that this studio can be a bit echoey, so just bear with me. I will be home again next week, which of course means that then we're contending with dogs and cats, but for now, just bear with me. So we're going to interlace the fingers under the head, bend the knees, place the feet on the floor. Now, I want you to imagine that there is a puppet string from your nose up to the ceiling, and we don't want to turn the nose. We don't want to turn the puppet string, okay? So we're keeping the face centered here, and having the hands behind the head can help with that. Then we're going to turn our eyes to the right. So we're looking sort of up towards the ceiling as far to the right as we can. And I know that this can be uncomfortable in the eyes when you first start doing this, but it's like any exercise. If you started running and you hadn't been running at all lately, there would be some discomfort. It's okay. Your eyes aren't going to get stuck like this. You're all right. So keep your eyes, again, up and to the right, as far to the right as you can. And you're allowed to blink, but just keep the eyes in that direction. And allow for any natural responses that you might have here. So if you yawn, sigh, swallow, and just breathe. And take your eyes back to center. And again, allow for any responses of your breath, your body. Again, you might yawn, you might swallow, sigh. And take your face up and to the left. Not your face, sorry. Take your eyes up and to the left. Face stays center. It's just the eyes that are moving. And again, you can blink, but we just hold that there. Hold the gaze in that direction. And take your eyes back to center. And again, allow for any responses. And go ahead and release your hands. Maybe take a little stretch out. And then draw the knees in towards your chest. Cross your ankles. And slowly bring yourself all the way back up to seated. And then once you come back to seated, just sit up tall. And then again, close your eyes and turn your head to one side. And just notice if that moves a little more easily. And then again, back through center and over to the other side. And then take it back to center. I find about 2/3 of my clients get a real shift with this. Personally, I do as well. So if you find that this is something that is great to incorporate into your practice, even just, not even your practice, but just into your day, it's 2 minutes, 1 minute to each side, okay? So please feel free to, you can come back to this video and do it with this video, and then once you get the hang of it, you can just do it on your own, just a couple minutes every day to just help your nervous system, help your body calm down, okay? All right, now from here, we are going to take an inhale, lift the arms. Oh, exhale, release the arms down. And again, inhale, lift. And exhale, down. And then inhale, lift. And exhale. Take your right hand, bring it to the floor, and either come onto the hand or come onto the forearm. Then take your right arm across, so you're really stretching out. Okay? And try to avoid turning and twisting down here. We're just reaching across, opening up through the intercostal muscles, those muscles between your ribs. This will allow you to breathe more deeply. And then inhale, lift up through center. Oh, and exhale over to the other side. Take a breath here. All right, and then inhale, come all the way up through center. And exhale, gently bow down, hinge forward from your hips. Roll your hands into your heart, lift the arms up. And exhale, bow. And again. One more. Inhale, lift. And then exhale, just bow down toward the floor, toward the ground. And then gently roll yourself all the way up. Inhale, take the arms up into the sky. Interlace your fingers. And then we're going to just leave the knuckles pointing up. We take an inhale. And, oh, sorry, forget this. Forget what I'm saying here. Okay, what I want you to do is just to start to circle with your arms. Sorry, guys. I'm still... I've been teaching yoga for 10 years. I've been doing yoga and meditation for 18 years. They're practices, they're tools in the toolbox. And like anybody, I can get distracted. I can have something on my mind. It's just part of the game. It's part of life. I can go the other way. Okay, take one more breath here. Just working the shoulders. Oh, and then inhale, lift up, turn the palms up to the sky, stretch. And then exhale, unwind. Take your hands down to the earth and then roll over your knees and start to bring yourself up into a tabletop position. I'm just going to bring this mat a bit closer. All right. So then once you have come up into tabletop, roll the bottom back towards your heels. Take a big stretch forward with the arms taking the forehead down. Come into child's pose, into Garbasana. Take a moment just to sigh that out. And then lift the head, lift the heart. And then from here, I want you to come up onto your fingertips. So you're making 2 5-legged spiders. And then spread your fingers nice and wide. roll up towards your hands, curl your toes under behind you, and then I want you to send your hips back, roll your shoulders back. So we're coming into a downward facing dog. And then we're just going to start to bend one knee and then the other, walking out that downward dog. All right, and then gently send your hips back, roll your shoulders back, squeeze under the armpits. If you are newer to this, just again, do the best that you can. And actually on my page, there is a tutorial on the downward facing dog about how to break down this pose. So if you want to know more, please feel free to check that out. And then we're going to inhale, lift the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, bend the right knee, point the right toes over to the left. So we're opening that hip like there's a puppet string from the hip to the sky. Inhale, lift that right leg back up. And then exhale, bend the right knee into your chest, float the foot forward. Okay, you can help it there too. And then I want you to bend your right knee in line with your ankle. Take your fingertips either side of that right leg. Roll the shoulders back, open up through the chest. All right, and then exhale, flatten your left hand out against the floor, or you can make a fist with it. Take your right arm up to the sky. And then exhale, take your right hand down to the inside of your right leg. Drop your left knee down. Toe your left leg as far back as it will comfortably go. So then you have left hand, right foot. So both hands on the inside of that right leg. We're going to take an inhale here. And then exhale, send the hips, send the pelvis forward, roll the shoulders back, open up through the chest. So we do a lot with the hips in yoga in general, but especially when we're talking about fertility yoga, just getting things to open up there, relax this part of the body. The hips, I'm sure some of you have heard me say it before, but they're like the emotional junk drawer for the body. So we just want to give them lots of love. All right. And then from here, just very gently start to lean back, take that right foot back, bring your bottom back towards your heels, take a child's pose. And then before coming back up into the downward facing dog, I want you to roll up and take your forearms onto the floor. So your bottom is up in line with your knees. Your hips and your knees are in line. Okay? And then you're going to extend the arms out, taking the forehead down to the floor, coming into a puppy pose. So it's like a dog in a play bow. So when your dog's getting ready to pounce at something, and then inhale, roll it back, and you're going to take the fingertips onto the floor, spread your fingers nice and wide, roll up towards your hands again, curl the toes under, send the hips back. Again, we come into our downward facing dog. Then push back into your full expression of the dog. Very loud plane going over the building, okay? And then we're going to lift the left leg up. Exhale, bend that left knee, point the left toes over to the right side. Inhale, lift it all the way back up to the sky. And then exhale, bend that left knee into the chest, float the foot forward, and you're going to take the fingertips either side of that left leg now. Again, make the knee come in line with the ankle. And then you're going to exhale, either flatten the right hand out against the earth or make a fist with it if you have a sensitive wrist. Inhale, left arm comes up. Exhale, take that left hand down to the inside of the left leg. Drop your right knee down. Toe your right toes back. So then you have left foot, left hand, right hand. Take an inhale. Exhale, send the hips, send the pelvis forward, roll the shoulders back, open it up. And then lean it back. Take that left foot back. Draw your bottom back towards your heels. Take your forehead down. Take a moment just to sigh it out. One more breath here. And start to lift the head, lift the heart. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Roll up towards your hands. Curl the toes under behind you. Send your hips back. Roll the shoulders back. Come back into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Down dog is believed to be a pose that is good for helping to regulate hormones. And of course, hormones play a big part in, again, stress, fertility, all of this. So I don't talk about these things every week in this class. So if you're new to this, know that I don't necessarily say these things every week. I think sometimes it's nice just to give the reminder though, especially if you geek out on the science of things too. So just take another breath here. But I guess more than anything, I just want you to always remember that you're doing something great for your body, for your mind, and that's really the most important thing. And then look up towards your hands, bend your knees, and you can either step one foot and the other forward, or you can bend the knees and take a little hop forward. So you're coming towards a frog squat. Okay. And then from here, once you're here in this squat, I want you to take your legs a little bit wider. And now, for some people, you're going to be up onto the balls of the feet. This will feel great. If it's available to you, you might be able to put the soles of your feet on the floor, but not everyone can do that. For some people, that would break the arch of the foot, so please don't break your foot, okay? And then from here, we're going to take the elbows and bring them against the knees. And we squeeze the knees and the elbows against each other. By the way, if you're struggling here, if you're up on the balls of your feet and you're thinking, gosh, this is a tough pose, you can also put something underneath your heels. So you can put yoga props, rolled up blanket, book. So that's always an option too, okay? So there are always ways of modifying. And just remember that whatever you practice, you get better at. So if you're new to this, it's normal that it might be challenging, some of these poses, okay? And then roll the shoulders back, elongate the spine. Take a few deep breaths here. We're just holding this. So this is, again, another pose for your hips, for your pelvis. Opening things up, breathing into the body as we do. And exhale. Take your feet down. And then, take your bottom down. So you can either gently roll back or take your hands back and then take the bottom down to the floor. Okay? And then from here, once you have come down, we're going to bring the back down to the earth and just draw the knees in towards the chest. Take your hands to your knees. Start to circle the knees away from each other and then back together. So you come down, open wide, back up and together. And we just do a few of these. So again, this is a great way of supporting your hips. This increases the synovial fluid in the hip joint, which is the lubricant of your hip joint. And go the other way. And take it back to center. Draw the soles of your feet down. And then bring your feet to about a hip distance stance so that there's a gap between your feet. Square your toes forward. And then from here, I want you to push through your feet into all three corners, into the ball, the side, the heel of each foot. We're going to inhale, lift. And then interlace your fingers under your body and walk your shoulder blades together. And we're going to squeeze and lift there. Try to avoid bringing your knees together or letting them dip out to the sides. We're really, as if we're squeezing a block or a book between the legs, lifting up. And then slowly unwind your legs, unwind your shoulders, bring your back down to the earth. And then I want you to walk your feet together. So you're bringing your legs together there. And then let your knees tip out towards the sides. So the soles of your feet are coming together, knees tipping out to the sides. If this is a struggle, what you can do, so if you find your knees are coming out, but it's like, whew, that's not okay, you can put something underneath each knee. So you can put pillows underneath the knees. If you've got yoga props, you can put blocks or bolsters under the knees. And I just want you to breathe here. Again, spending a lot of time opening the hips, opening the pelvis, breathing into it. And gently bring your legs all the way back together. And now from here, we're going to start to wind things down. So, two options. If you have a wall available to you that has some space on it, I'm going to show you what to do. If you don't have a wall, don't worry. If you don't have a wall, you can just extend your legs out, letting your arms flop and splay, or you can keep your knees bent, letting yourself be comfortable there. If you do have a wall, come towards the wall, and I want you to take your legs up the wall. Now, this can be a little challenging to get into this. So you can either wiggle worm your way there, or you can come down onto one side, place your bottom, place your legs against the wall, and then swing the legs up. Okay? And wherever you are, close your eyes and sigh out a few last times. And just sigh out as many times as you need. But when you're ready, let your natural breath take over. And just allow your body to relax. Let your eyelids become heavy. And just notice how it feels to relax your body into the earth or into the earth and into a wall. And as you relax here, take a moment to remind yourself that you are a completely unique being. There is no one quite like you who has ever been or ever will be again. And this unique spark that you have has the ability to do so much good in this world. Just by the act of smiling at somebody, hugging somebody, saying a kind word to somebody, you can change so much. Your worth is not based on any number. It's not based on your size, your weight, your age, especially anything to do with your fertility. Your worth is intrinsic because of that light that exists within you, making you this beautiful spark of life that you are. So take a moment to really breathe into that. Breathe into your beautiful light, into your beautiful spark, beautiful you. And then start to just take some deeper breaths again. And draw some movement back into your fingers and into your toes. And then if you're on the wall, I like to just gently tip out to one side or slightly push myself away and then roll onto my side. So find what feels right for you. And then when you're ready, take your hands into prayer in front of your heart and gently bow. Honoring your body, your light, your practice on this earth. Thank you all so much for practicing with me here today. I have to run away really quickly because I have another class in 5 minutes. So we will be back next week, same time, same place. And I'll be at, not same physical space for me, I'll be at home. But have a really beautiful week, and I'm sending you all lots and lots of love. Thank you so much. Bye for now.